Hey everybody, my name is Catherine. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made this confetti tie-dye shirt with a resist pattern. But first, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. I make videos about dyeing, sewing, and upcycling. So first I'm going to go over some supplies for this shirt. I will put all the links for the supplies I use down in the description below. So first you're going to need a 100% cotton t-shirt. Then you're going to need a bucket to mix up your soda ash for your soda ash solution. I mix it up with water, drop cloths to keep the space clean and to wrap up the shirt while it batches, Procyon dye. I used a MX Pro Chem black dye, a dust mask for working with the dye, hexagon tiles to use as a resist. I used a sheet of tiles, plastic spoons to use for the dye, a metal strainer when applying the dye, gloves to protect your hands, and Synthropol to wash your final product. So first I'm going to start with a pre-washed t-shirt and I'm going to put it in my soda ash solution. I usually use about 6 cups of water to 2/3 of a cup soda ash. I have less in this bucket right now, but that's just because I was using it for so many projects. I'll let it soak for about 20 minutes and then I am going to wring it out and put it on a drop cloth. So I have it on a plastic piece here and I'm going to lay it down flat and get it ready to set up for dyeing. So next I'm going to put down some tiles. I'm using these tiles that are hexagons and they are connected by a mesh. They're pretty easy to find and affordable. So I like to use this kind of materials when I'm experimenting with dyeing. And I'm going to just put them down with the flat side on the fabric to kind of prevent the dye from seeping underneath as much as possible. So this shirt is damp. So it'll kind of create a little bit of a seal. So I'm just going to arrange them to how I like them. You can use any kind of tile or you can even do this technique without tiles. I just wanted to play with this sort of soccer ball pattern because I'm making this shirt for a little kid and I think it would be really cute. So I encourage you to experiment and to play with all kinds of patterns. If you're interested in learning more about ice dyeing and Shibori dyeing and other kinds of dyeing, I encourage you to go to my website, onyxartstudios.com, and to sign up for my mailing list. I teach online workshops and you can stay up to date on all of the new dates that I'm doing and different kinds of classes that I'm publishing on Skillshare and other online platforms. So once you get the tiles arranged, get out your metal strainer and your powdered dye and make sure to wear your dust mask. I'm going to try to spread the dye around as evenly as possible. And I put quite a lot of dye on this shirt. You can use less if you want. It's wet, so when the dye hits the t-shirt, it will split. I'm using black, so that color does split. It depends on what color you're using. If you want splits or not, you should kind of plan. So this is the Pro Chem black dye. I'm trying to apply it as evenly as possible. I would recommend using a spoon, or you can just pinch it with your hands and just make sure you're wearing gloves. But I just wanted kind of even coverage. That was my goal for this one.
So this is like a speckling effect, which I think is really cool looking. And I am so curious to lift one of these up. Let's see, let's do one. I don't want to like disturb the dye. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Very cool.
I let this shirt sit for about an hour and then I decided to take the tiles off. You can leave the tiles on if you want. This shirt still has to batch for about 24 hours. So I decided to just take them off because I wanted it to have like a little bit more loose look, but I feel like if you leave them on, it might have crisper lines. So that's something to kind of play with. So I'm just going to cover it with the plastic as best I can. It's pretty damp still, but I want to keep it nice and damp while it batches for the next 24 hours.
Okay, so when I moved it, it got a little bit of the dye on the pieces, and I actually think it looks kind of nice that way. So then I went in with just the tiniest little dusting of dye on top of the hexagons, and I think it kind of gives it a little bit of a more natural look, but it's getting some really amazing colors. It's been sitting overnight, and you can see it got a little bit more color, like the color kind of bled. I'm happy with this. I'm going to rinse it. I'm gonna just take this whole thing and just rinse it with this plastic backing because there's dye all over the plastic. So I don't really want the dye to get anywhere. So I'll just wash the plastic bag too.
So I'm carefully gonna rinse it with cold and try my best not to make a huge mess. And if you're interested in seeing more projects with Procyon dye or tie-dye, be sure to check out my channel. I have a lot of videos about ice dyeing and tie-dyeing, so I'll link those down in the description below for you. After rinsing, I washed it on hot with Synthropol, and Synthropol is also known as dyer's detergent. It helps to prevent the dye from dyeing the white parts of your piece. And then after I washed it, I continued to soak it for another few hours just to get the excess dye out of this piece. Then I washed it in the washer. Here's the finished product, and you can see a lot of the excess dye came out, and you can really see that speckling, giving it that kind of confetti look. I love the way the colors split on this one. I think it turned out really cute. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you've ever done confetti dyeing and what colors you used. You can follow me on social media at Onyx Art Studio and check out my workshops on my website, onyxartstudio.com. Here's some more videos from my channel that you might enjoy if you like this video. Please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel, and subscribe if you aren't already. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!